Hello and welcome. This is going to be my review of the Cold Steel Recon 1 in the Tanto blade shape with a plain edge. Okay, there are some reviews out on YouTube, but this is my one. Okay, I'm going to hit you with a few specifications first of all. The overall length of this knife is 9.2 inches or 23.5 centimetres. The blade length is 4 inches or 10.4 centimetres. I wasn't quite sure how to measure the length for the cutting edge, so I've worked it out as 3.7 inches, or if you measure that and that, it would be 4 inches, and that's 9.4 centimetres. The weight is only 5.28 ounces or 149.8 grams. Okay, so this is the Cold Steel Recon 1. Okay, does it live up to its kind of name, its kind of destiny? Not really sure. I'll run through all the features, okay, and then I'll give you my opinions at the end. Okay, so the handle scales are a G10. Okay, obviously that's it's kind of glass-filled nylon G10. Okay, it's very grippy, very grip. Yeah, I think it should actually come with a little piece of paper to say, warning, this is extremely grippy. Okay, because this is probably the most aggressive grip on a knife I've ever had. Okay, that's good. You're not gonna it's not gonna slip out of your hand if your hands are wet from liquids. But at the same time, can be a bad thing because the pocket clip, okay, is very strong, short and strong. Okay, which means it's absolute pocket liner killer. Okay, it will shred your pockets. Okay, even if you've got those smart cargo combat trousers with the extra material, you have been warned. Okay, so yeah, the pocket clip is tip up only for the knife. Reversible pocket clip, so lefties, yep, you can use this knife. A word of mention though, the thumb stud there is slightly larger than the thumb stud there. Don't know why I'm having issues with the focusing, but there we go. As you can see, slightly smaller on that side. On the right side and on the left side, it's larger. Okay. The pocket clip is coated in this black paint. I'm not sure it's the same coating that they have on the blade, but there we go. It is stainless steel. The ergonomics, very comfortable. Okay. This hand, I've got large hands. Okay. So if you've got massive bare hands, okay, this will fit your hands quite well. Okay. There's still space for some more accommodation at the butt. Okay, but it's very comfortable in the hand. The balancing is pretty good as well. Very good balancing. Reverse grip as well. Okay, it's comfortable as well. It's got a nice curve there for your thumb for piercing cuts. Okay, for the hammer grip or the gorilla. Okay. Now, the thing is with this knife is it doesn't have any liners, which I'm very pleased about. If I can just get the lighting and things in there, probably not. But as you can see, look at that. Same G10 on the inside, and same G10 on the inside. No liners. I repeat, there are no liners. Okay, which means the overall weight of this is excellent. Okay, 5 ounces. 149 grams is nothing considering the size of this knife. It is huge, really. I mean, 4-inch blade, large handle scales. It's huge. So I'm very pleased that there's no liners in there. Okay, and with G10, it's very strong anyway, so you don't need to worry about that. The deployment, I mentioned there's the dual thumb studs. Okay. Because of the locking mechanism, it's a lock back. It's their painted or whatever you want to call it, their own triad locking mechanism, okay, which is, they say it's all, you know, the thing with Cold Steel is it's almost this and almost that, okay, it's almost the most strongest locking mechanism in the world, they say. I've seen a guy with this knife deployed in wooden beams, monkey climb across just using the handles when it's deployed, and that was like a 180-pound bloke, and yeah, it's you can just tell that this locking mechanism is very, very strong. But of course the deployment, speed of deployment suffers with that. I would have loved to have a Emerson Wave kind of pocket feature like they do have on oh, I've got it right there, on the Spartan, okay, even if it means changing that shape up, because let's face it, that blade is not flush with the top of the handle scale anyway, so they could mess around with something there and deploy it a bit quicker. I think that would be an excellent addition to this deeper carry pocket clip and other things. Anyway, I'm just giving them free tips, but yeah, deployment, you can you? I'm not sure. Yeah, you can flip it out with the thumb stud. You can also, got to be careful though. Shake it out, okay. I was holding on to the camera then. But with practice, with the weight, you can shake it. It's more of a flick down and then flick up again, or flick out and then a roll, okay. But with practice, you can open this knife quickly. Whether that's the first thing on your mind, if you need to do that, it's up to you. Whether you remember that, adrenaline's flowing, I'll say no more, but if you're very comfortable and you remain calm in emergency situations and things, then of course, with practice and training, of course you could deploy this knife quickly, but there we go. Anyway, so it's got a very, very strong deployment mechanism, okay. And as I said, you can deploy it in a variety of ways, okay. Of course you could reverse grip it and shake it out that way, that would work. The blade steel is the Japanese OS 8A steel. My experience of OS 8A so far, do not bead blast it. Cough, Kershaw, yeah. Do not bead blast it, because it is very prone to rusting, more so than 8CR13 MOV, okay. It's just loves to rust. Probably the reason why they've coated it. They've absolutely lathered this with they call it their Tuff-Ex coating. Okay, yes, it is made in Taiwan. Okay, with Japanese steel and an American company. Yeah, it's globalization for you. But yeah, Tuff-Ex coating, which is basically Teflon. All right, and it can chip and peel. Okay, and it doesn't last an awful long time, but it adds to the wear of the knife. The reason why they've coated it with this is obviously it helps with corrosion and rust resistance, and of course if you're stabbing into or cutting something, because of the Teflon coating, there's a lot less resistance on it than if it was just satin or plain, okay. But anyway, enough about that. I was very impressed with this. I mean, over here in the UK, this can set you back about £80. I know that a few places have just recently bumped up their prices. I know Cold Steel have, so you'd be lucky if you get this for about £90 odd now, which is a lot of money. In America, I think it's still about $120, which is a decent price. You're getting a fairly decent knife. But the only kind of jimping it has on this knife is, I'm very sorry about the focusing, but yeah, the only kind of jimping is just on the top, and it doesn't run along through the locking bar of the back lock there. Okay, it just goes either side. So yeah, it's quite useful. I would have liked it to go all the way through, but it's fairly useful, and nothing on the spine there. But would your thumb really go that far? Probably not. Anyway, so that's the price. I was very impressed with the knife, like I said. I'm not sure about the price point. It is quite pricey, considering it's made in Taiwan. I'm no disrespect to Taiwan. The knives I have had from there have been very good quality, so thumbs up to you guys over there. But at the same time, it is OS 8A steel, and like I say, made in Taiwan. I do question that pricing, because it's nearly £100 really, and well, for the same similar price you could get something with ZDP 189 or something like similar to that. Okay, but it's an excellent knife. The reason why I chose plain edge over the serrated is because I'm just not a big fan of Cold Steel's serrations. They're just a bit, the teeth are just a little bit too pointy for me, as opposed to more scalloped serrations. Okay, so that's the reason. All right, I think it's quite a valid reason, and but there we go. This is the Cold Steel Recon 1 with the Tanto blade shape. I will do some size comparisons now before I leave. Now, it has to be a Spyderco. I've got one here, Spyderco Tenacious. Okay, gives you some idea. And for us Brits, the UK PK there. Okay, so it dwarfs both of them. This is merely just for size comparisons. Okay. Now the other two knives I'd actually compare it to really are the Spyderco Endura with the full flat grind. Okay, it's almost same length. Okay, these two, and the Endura is a little bit cheaper, but with better steel, undoubtedly. Probably not a stronger lock, but it's a strong lock nonetheless. But it's a little bit cheaper, and then you go a little bit higher end and you go for something with S30V, such as the Spyderco Military. Not as grippy, but again that's a good thing. But one of these is probably £40–50 more than a Cold Steel. But I'd compare those two with the Recon 1 quite well. Okay, and just size comparisons here with the Recon 1 and the military, Spyderco Military. Okay, they're very similar lengths, both got very large handles. I'd say that the Spyderco has a slightly larger handle, okay, and blade length probably about the same-ish. Okay, but just little size comparisons and things. Okay, anyway, that's my review. I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you for staying around. And if you have enjoyed it and you have got any experiences of Cold Steel, you know, don't involve any bashing of the company or the VP or anything like that. Just put, yeah, they're good, yeah, they're bad, why, things like that. That would be excellent. And thank you ever so much for watching. And please do, like I say, comment, rate and subscribe. It does help me out. And once again, thanks for watching. Take care.